Hey everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. This is Angela Brown. I am the creator and founder of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. And I wanted to talk to you today about how to overcome fatigue regarding the thyroid. So it's such a super common thing that I have women come to me about is they're just exhausted. They're thoroughly exhausted. And most of them are in the hypothyroid range. Sometimes on their labs, sometimes not. But with some testing, I will see this happen quite often where sometimes their labs even come back normal, but they're still exhausted. So I wanted to bring some of these points up to you, and hopefully this will help guide you if you're battling severe fatigue, especially with thyroid dysfunction. So one of the big ones that I need to talk about is Thyroid Labs. So I am really adamant when I'm working with a thyroid client, if they do have their labs done, obviously I want to see them. But sometimes it can be a challenge because some doctors don't really want to run labs, extensive labs. A lot of them will just check TSH. TSH is obviously super important for thyroid function. You need to see what's going on there, but it's not the only one. I need to see a full lab. So we're talking TSH, free T3, free T4, reverse T3, the thyroid antibodies, those all have to be checked. The other thing is lab reference ranges are really not optimal. They're not functional. It's just what the lab sees as their reference range that's optimal, but it's not actually functional. It does not help people feel better. Like for example, TSH, a lot of times they say, it's going to be normal when it's above 3, between 3 and 5. And I have not had a single client that has said they felt good with their TSH at that level. Not one, including myself. So my reference ranges are very, very different than what I see from the labs. So that could be part of the reason why you're still really fatigued, because your labs actually look normal according to the doctor, but it's actually not normal. Another one is if you're on thyroid medication, are you on the right medication? That's a huge one. I just had a client this morning that is taking Synthroid, which is straight T4. Your thyroid has T4 and T3. It makes both. T4 is inactive, T3 is active. You have to convert over to T3 to have the active form of thyroid hormone. When most females come to me, a lot of times they have a conversion issue. They don't convert over to that T3. So what happens is they get their labs back and their doctor puts them on Synthroid. Synthroid is straight T4. So if you don't have T3 and you don't convert to T3, putting someone on straight T4 is never going to help them. They're not going to feel good. And so this is why I'm very adamant about, if you are on medication, to make sure you're on the right medication. And what's going on with your stomach? There's a lot of conversion that goes on and a lot of things that happen regarding the stomach that can affect your thyroid health. Even like your stomach acid levels can affect how you absorb nutrients that are needed for your thyroid. So what's going on there? That's super important to check because that will affect how your thyroid functions and how you feel with fatigue. And then are you under a lot of stress? The thyroid and the adrenals, interconnected. Like it's hard to separate the two. They're very interconnected. So when one's off, the other one eventually typically gets off, and they kind of feed off of each other. So if you're super fatigued from the thyroid, what's your stress levels doing? You need to see what's going on there, because that can have a massive effect. And then are you eating a lot of processed foods? Processed foods are notorious for just slowing your body down overall. It's hard to break that crap down and get it out of your body. It's not normal for your body to have it. So when you have a ton of it, over and over and over, your body ends up just kind of crapping out. The thyroid doesn't like it because it doesn't want to have to keep trying to fight it off. So that's another big one. And then, do you have any buildup of heavy metals and toxins? I check this a lot on my hair tissue testing. I love doing this test for thyroid function. For one, it tells me a lot of mineral status, but it's going to look at metals. If there's a lot of metals backed up, it's going to slow your thyroid down. There's no question. So hopefully these tips help you. If you have any more questions, absolutely reach out. My blog is up, so all these things are going to be on the blog as well. And then if you want to grab my free guide, I still have my free guide out, 5 causes of hypothyroidism. Has a lot of juicy tips in there that can give you a little bit more information on what you can do to help with your thyroid. And then absolutely, if you have more questions, reach out to me. I have all my links below that's going to show you kind of where to find me. And my website is always the place to go, where you can always find lots of good information. And like I said, if you have any other questions, let me know. And let me know too, if you're fighting off this thyroid fatigue thing as well. What are you doing to help with your thyroid? Or do you have ideas that have helped you that might help somebody else? So leave me a comment below and give me a shout out. And like this video, and go follow my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get all the latest videos, because I will drop one every single Thursday. I'm going to have a video out. Hope you guys have an amazing day and stay safe out there. Bye.